Despite winning 5 races and an IndyCar championship, 1999 Indy Racing League champion Greg Ray never finished in the top 10 in points outside of this one year. It's a really strange note in IndyCar history, and while some may find it unbelievable, there's many reasons as to why things went this way. From inconsistency that dogged him throughout his IndyCar career, to more competition in certain years, and everything in between. There are reasons. So today, I'm gonna tell you what happened, and take a headfirst dive into the Greg Ray discrepancy. Here's some quick pieces of background information. Towards the beginning of Ray's career, he was driving for a field filler team in Nap Motorsports, where he got some results of note, including a second place run at Texas in 1998. But after Billy Boat was injured in a crash in New Hampshire just one race later, Greg Ray got his first big break. He would get to drive the number 11 for AJ Foyt starting in Dover, and while he did show some solid speed, he retired from both of the races he starred with the team. But although his results on paper weren't good, he did impress. After Tony Stewart left for NASCAR at the end of the 98 season, Ray would take a seat at Team Menard, and in his first year with the team, he won the championship. But after this, things quickly went downhill. By 2001, he was out of the team, and by 2003, he was forced to field his own cars. Things were looking good at first, but after a sponsor withdrew during the 2004 season, Ray was forced out of the seat, and by the end of the year, the team shut its doors. So with the groundwork laid out, let's go through the years. In his rookie year with Nap, Ray only raced 5 times, where he finished just once, that coming in Texas, where he finished a pretty decent 8th. Besides that, the year was filled with struggles, which led Ray to a 28th place points finish. 1998 was really same stuff different year for Ray, as although he did finish second at Texas, he only finished 2 of the 9 races he started that year. He'd finished 21st in points. 1999 was of course the best year of Ray's career, seeing him win 3 races and the championship. I plan to cover this season in greater detail in the not too distant future, but for now I think we can all agree and say that this was his best year in the series by a wide margin. 2000 saw a big championship hangover, with Ray DNFing 5 times, failing to start once, and only grabbing a single win. Ray ended the year 13th in points. 2001 was even worse, as his win at Atlanta that year would serve as both his last IndyCar win and his last ever top 5 finish. That win was also his only top 10 with Team Menard that season, and with 3 races to go, Ray was fired. Greg would then move to his former home of AJ Foyt for the last race of 2001, where he finished 8th and ended the year 18th in points. Greg would then join the team full-time starting at the 2002 Indy 500, where in the next 9 races he only finished twice. After that, he'd get fired by Foyt and join Sam Schmidt for the last 2 races of 2002, where he finished no better than 14th. He ended the year 23rd in points. As the 2003 season came around, the IRL was being invaded by former kart teams and drivers. As such, Ray was left without a seat, and so he decided to start his own team, Access Motorsports. 2003 was honestly a decent year, as although he didn't finish in the top 5 a single race that season, he went the year with only 1 DNF, ending the year 15th in points. 2004, however, was a swan song, as after sponsors bailed out on him, Ray was forced to step out of the cockpit, giving a seat to Mark Taylor, who completed the year before retiring from racing himself. Ray only raced 6 times that year, so as a result, in his final year, Ray finished 23rd in points. So at the beginning of this video, when I say that there are many reasons why Ray didn't finish in the top 10 in points often, I meant it. Usually in racing, there's one lone thing that can inhibit a driver's performance. Anything from injuries to just plain inconsistency. When it comes to Greg Ray, however, there were a handful of things that effectively screwed him over. Bad timing saw him race for a good team right as the series got more competitive. Inconsistency followed him like a cloud throughout his career, as he DNF'd in half the races he ever started. Even more bad timing left him without a competitive seat, while money took him out of racing for good. Would Greg Ray have ever been able to contend for longer had he been given some good breaks? It's honestly hard to say. I think he would have at least finished in the top 5 in points again, but a second championship was probably off the cards. But I think how Ray's career ended up is more astonishing than anything else, because there's not many cases of a champion having one good year and never being able to replicate it again. You could call him a one-hit wonder, a fluke, or whatever you want, but nobody can take away Greg Ray's title of champion. Thank you for watching, and have a great afternoon.